Hi folks, I want to talk about tulpas and tulpamancy. Now, if you're not familiar with tulpas, my understanding of tulpa is that tulpas are paranormal phenomena that manifest from the emotional and mental energy of people. For example, a tulpa could manifest as poltergeist phenomenon, things jumping off of shelves, which I'm going to talk about shortly. But it's not caused by a ghost, a demon, or some other spiritual entity. It's a manifestation from a human. So when I was married, and I'm not going to go into the details of the misery of my marriage, but when I was married, we experienced paranormal phenomena in the house, including things jumping off of shelves, footsteps on the roof, and it wasn't other people going on the roof. It was and not like the footsteps of animals, like actual human boots or feet walking on our roofs. You go out there and be no one there. We had a one-story split duplex with a carport in the middle. So you can we had a ladder actually we set up to go up on the roof. So I'm saying, well, maybe someone's using your ladder. Nope, there were no footsteps in the ladder. When you run out there real quick, there'd be no one on the roof. So, other paranormal phenomena that may or may not be connected to tulpas was the cats would sometimes chase entities that weren't there, or appear to chase entities that weren't there. Maybe they could perceive things that we could not perceive as humans, and that's probably a separate subject. But the paranormal phenomena was real. Apparently, this also seemed to manifest as a UFO attack of sorts. There'd be bright light, and at least I didn't perceive it. My wife, my ex-wife, saw this. Now, I was beginning to study things about aliens and the Greys and the Tall Whites and all these, and the Nordics and all that stuff. I was trying to understand that phenomenon better. I got obsessed with it. I'm reading. There was a heavy religious angle, the hypothesis that these are demonic entities, and we perceive them as aliens, but in an earlier time they were just perceived as, demons, because that's what they were expected to be seen as. So I got to the point where I was getting anxious, and I would see alien gray faces in the curtains, in the shape, just the patterns in the curtains, or in the patterns of the floor, or you had a drop ceiling. We didn't have a drop ceiling, but something like a drop ceiling, you'd see the pattern of the alien face in that, and so on. That's just a sign of really troubled mind, my mind being troubled. She did not see these things, I did. And at times where I thought someone was looking in the window, and I'd look at the corner of my eye, I'd see one of the creamy-colored gray aliens. As I thought I did, and I look up, they'd be gone. So this phenomenon seemed to manifest as anxiety. We had extreme anxiety. All these things, we both had extreme anxiety. We should not have been together. It was miserable. When my ex-wife moved out, the paranormal phenomenon went away. It petered out. It didn't go away right away, but it petered out. Now, it made me think, okay, these weren't spirits. This was tulpas. This is her anxiety or my anxiety are both causing this paranormal phenomenon to occur. Now, at this time also, when we were married, I do remember being at work, and I experienced the phenomena that other people have experienced. They call them peripheral hallucinations, where you see a human-like shape, grayish, blackish, just shadowy shape in the corner of your eye, and you go and look, and they're not there. And that's a manifest of extreme anxiety, hallucinations from anxiety. So, obviously, I was really miserable. I was absolutely miserable. I was poor. I was living with a miserable marriage. We also had black mold in the apartment, and I wonder if that had anything to do with it. So the paranormal activity went down, and it only seemed to flare up again when I was starting to delve into some other occult subjects I wanted to look into, and I started to get anxious. And after I started getting really anxious about it, the paranormal phenomena would pick up, and there would be poltergeist type moving of objects, things falling, and so on. Like, okay, well, I'm going to stop looking into this, and stuff went away. I'm like, okay, it's gone. My anxiety went down, the activity went down. But there's people who call themselves tulpamancers who try to manifest activity through their emotional and mental state. And they might even create, like, a servant of sorts. Some want to create, like, a best friend, an imaginary best friend, a lover, a My Little Pony tulpa friend. And maybe this can happen. Maybe keep these things. You can manifest anything you want if you have the right mindset, or even the wrong mindset. Apparently, because things were manifesting in my apartment. And I've noticed, like, I'd be really anxious, really upset, and like machinery around me would just break down. Computers would malfunction and freeze up. Something that's just bad luck. Some people just had bad luck. Let it go. Don't read into it. I'm like, okay, but my anxiety seemed to manifest around me as things not working right. Constant computer malfunctions, just ridiculous. Now, Windows is super buggy, so, like, well, it was Windows 98, it was Windows 2000. What do you expect? It's Windows XP, it's crap. Type of thing where you're like, hey, something wrong with my computer, some come over to look at it, like, it works fine. I don't know what you're saying. Your computer works fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Do you know how to use it? Do you need more training? No, don't. You don't need more training. So, Christians, at least evangelical Christians in America, are quite interested in the return of Jesus Christ at the end of the age. And he's going to take everyone up into heaven with him. They're going to rise up. They're going to be physically sucked up into the air, levitated, whatever, brought up to meet Jesus in the air and transformed. They call it the rapture. And so my question is, if you get a critical mass of people expecting this to happen, could there be a tulpa rapture? Could there be a tulpa Christ manifesting? I mean, not just expecting it, but like imminently expecting. Like their anxiety levels running high. Like, all right, we're getting defeated. We're done. We need Jesus. And bam, it happens because that's what they wanted to happen. And even more interesting, I would ask, is it supposed to happen that way? And if, let's say this prophecy in Revelation is true, then is it supposed to happen because their collective faith in it manifested the tulpa, and that's how it happens. And you get away. Food for thought. But I also ask this: what if you, as a tulpamancer, could manipulate perceptions and people's anxieties and their thoughts and their hopes in order to manifest other changes in the world as a tulpa? And I'm just going to put, look, I understand there's theories of the bee die-off, including the warming of the planet, to the spread of viruses, to certain mites that infect the bee population, to the use of pesticides, and so on. But what if the bee die-off is manifested? Does the bee die off? We need to make mechanical bees to replace the bees. Robotic bees flying around. Oh my gosh, they're all dying off. They're all dying off. You got to do what you can. Oh, we can't. The bee's dying off. If enough people believe it, does it just manifest as a bee die-off? Just as a manifestation of the tulpa Jesus Christ, rapturing the Christians into the sky. If our perceptions manifest reality, then if you can control mass perception, then can you not change reality? And if there's tulpas born out of anxiety, can tulpas be born out of something else too? Can I make a positive tulpa? Can I make a a friendly little, I don't know, Winnie the Pooh come to visit me at my house, and we could sit down and have peanut butter and honey sandwiches and read fairy tales together and just cuddle on the couch and be sweet? I mean, is that possible? Can we manifest a Winnie the Pooh? It's food for thought. Thank you for listening.